Okay. Okay. Vote individually. Should David Vero give money now? Yes or no? I voted yes.
I voted yes.
I voted yes too.
Can you repeat yourself? I'm sorry.
I think yes as well.
Okay. And what did Dan say?
I said yes too.
Okay, sorry, my internet went out, of course, because you guys are used to that by now. Sweet. If yes, what should he do with the money? I have to figure out what I wrote here.
I think get some good marketing going. Kind of like how we were talking about earlier, Mariah, is I still have a very loose idea on what he actually does. So, get some marketing to deliver that out to the people so that, people understand what the business actually is and how it can help them get working on that side of the thing. And, so just really building that customer base.
Yeah, because like right now, they just get their customers kind of by word of mouth and then just like minimal marketing. And they really need to put their money into that.
Yeah. I mean, they do a lot of cold calling, I think.
Yeah, oh yeah, that's what it was. That was stupid. Well, it was good, but
So what's the question? What do we?
What do they
what
spend
should
the
they do
money
with
on? Yeah.
And you think it's they should do a sales team?
no, we're just saying what
marketing
they already
more.
did.
Oh, marketing. Okay.
What do you think?
I think they should expand into because I think that his idea of the landlord, you know what I mean,
Mhm.
is the bread and butter, because that's the real thing that's going to bring down their customer acquisition cost. Because right now it's too high, But if they can get the landlord in and the landlord goes to the agent and they're able to do all that, I think it's one, it's providing what the agents are really after, and so then they become extremely valuable. But it also gets a ton of individuals in, and so their customer acquisition decreases drastically.
I agree, because that will help with the marketing as well. Just by having more customers, that will like make the broker firms come to.
Yeah, I agree.
I'd also spend maybe some money on, tightening up. I don't know what their service looks like with the interface and how everything works, but they could always spend some more money there, getting those services all operating smoothly.
Sorry, my leg's falling asleep, so I'm gonna be standing for a second.
Ooh, the Deathly Hallows.
Yeah, I'm a nerd.
Harry Potter.
Yeah.
HP.
My leg hurts so bad. I'm still in conversation.
You got the cramp, the migraine, what are those? Oh yeah, they're called cramps in the leg.
Yep.
Oh, that is Harry Potter.
You gotta eat banana.
Eat a banana.
I hate bananas. Bananas should die.
That's why you have cramps.
Probably. So should we read page 7 or just say we did?
What does it say? I'll read real quick. What does it say?
It just says read page 7, and then it says start at I tried to raise funds, and then end at conversion funnel. I can read.
All right, I'll read it. Page 7.
Yeah, it's just one paragraph.
Oh, okay. All right, page 7. And then it's we earned very little revenue. I tried to raise funds from Sand Hill Road Venture Capitalists in October and November. They liked our team and our idea. They told me to come back when I had proved the model in more than one city, demonstrated lifetime customer value, well in excess of average customer acquisition costs, and had reliable data on my sales cycle and conversion funnel.
Thank you. So why do investors care about customer lifetime value? Because they care about how much they put into it. Like, kind of goes with the customer acquisition cost, because they want it to like the lifetime value exceeds the acquisition cost, so they care about it. Because if they don't have a high value, then there's no reason for that customer.
Yeah, they'll go out of business.
Yeah, it doesn't matter if the customer lifetime value is $10 million if the acquisition value is 15.
Yeah. It all comes down to unit economics.
Yeah. And why do investors care about sales conversion data? That kind of goes to the same thing that we're talking about. Make money.
And also, I think that because in the end, like conversion doesn't matter. I mean, I think the thing that also matters about it, because if your customer acquisition cost is low, and your conversion's awful, then like it doesn't matter, you know. But I mean, I think also, so you could have low conversion and low costs, but typically if you have low conversion, you'll have higher costs, but not always. They're not like directly proportionate. But I think the other thing is like an individual that understands their conversion funnel or customer funnel is on top of their sales process. You know what I mean? Like they understand where their weaknesses are, their strengths are. And so it shows that they have a good grasp on their, sales model, I think at least.
So when they're talking about the conversion, right, they're talking about, they called 100 people, this many they had meetings with, and this many tried the product, and then this many were the actual customers.
Like 2.
Yeah,
Yeah.
2 out of 100, whatever it was.
Yeah, I think that's what the funnel was.
Yeah.
Cool.
All right.
Ooh.
So I tried Googling CLV, and I was having a really hard time figuring out how to do the math for it. So if you guys want to explain, that'd be awesome.
I didn't see this question before.
So it's so basically you take the churn rate and you divide it. So their customer acquisition is extremely low because basically their revenue model is, let me make sure I got this right, because you guys got the revenue model as they've changed it to subscription base of $40 to $50 plus credit report as an a la carte service, right?
I think so. That sounds familiar.
Okay, and then and then they have an average of 5 per thing, and 440 monthly revenue. So basically, it's 440 in monthly revenue. So their lifetime value of a customer is 868, according to that. You know what I mean?
Did you include any of like the gross margins or CAC, or is that just in the just dump you?
Wait, what is that?
I was like, I want to know like how to do the math for that, because I am kind of curious for the customer lifetime value.
So basically, you want to know the churn rate, and then their subscription rate, and then their gross margin. So basically, how much they bring in a month each customer.
Okay.
And then you times that by the gross margin, and then you divide it by the churn rate. So if you have, because the churn is how long the customer is going to be with you, you know what I mean? So basically 38% of those people are going to be gone. And then, but also from the churn rate, you can see what the lifetime of the customer is. So the lifetime of the customer is 686, which is over the course of 2.6 years. And so in reality, they're bringing in, so basically $330 a month is really what a customer is worth, because 38% or 1/3 is going to be lost. You know what I mean? They're going to be gone. So it's sunk costs. Does that make sense?
Well, I'm confused what you think the total CLV is. I'm sorry.
So the total lifetime value of the customer is 686 per customer right now.
Because of the 440, and then you times it by the gross margin, and then divide it by the churn.
Yeah.
You get 686. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll do the math later too, but that sounds right just from what I'm looking at. I'm math in my head.
because the average customer is going to last only X amount of time, because over, you see what I mean? Like if it's 38%.
Yeah, that definitely makes sense.
Did you do you have to do anything there, because it's like the churn is annually? Did you, and the monthly revenue is the 440, that's monthly. Did you have to do any kind of conversion there, or does that not matter?
That's a really good point. But then it puts lifetime. Yeah, I think you're right, man. Because then that puts lifetime value of the customer at 10,000. I think you're right on that. Because if they're not proportionate, yeah, you're right. So yeah, it comes to 10,500, 10,421. Good call, man.
Everybody gets lucky once in a while.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right. Because I was gonna say, I was like, that is so minimal. But as far as that goes, if that's the lifetime value of the customer, then like their business model is completely sustainable, because the cost of acquisition is only $22.90. You know what I mean? And then, which is extremely, you know.
It's a good proportion if the value is over 10,000.
Yeah, so their unit economics is great. So if that is the case, then really it's only their fixed expenses and their administration costs that are, you know, is there. And so that case, like, it's extremely profitable. Like, it's a great business model. But yeah, I think you're right. Yeah, you're right. That's great.
I understand math now.
Good job. So
Thanks. I at least know what CLV is.
and they have 3. Um,
Are we on to the next question, or sorry, you guys are breaking up a little bit in between.
yeah.
Okay. So how well is the sale funnel at Rentjuice working? So I don't think it's working very well at all, considering, well, they are getting a good lifetime value, but
I think just one thing they could do to improve it is, I think that's why I said marketing, is so that the contacts that they're making and the time that their salesmen are spending talking to people are going to be people who already know about the product, who are already interested in the product, and so that's going to, increase the proportion of people who become customers in the end. If you can not, not spend so much time on people who will never give you any money.
You're wait, so you guys wait 1 second. So you're saying that the sales process needs to do what?
So I said, and so, if you look at, they spend so much time cold calling people, and a great proportion of those don't ever turn out to be customers. They could find a way to instead really focus on the people who are much more interested and who are already informed about the product. I guess getting better leads is the main thing. So you're not spending all that time talking to people who aren't going to become customers. Of course, I guess that's the trick of any sales thing, but.
Yeah, have you guys ever done cold call sales before?
No.
I did surveys. Does that count?
Kinda. Because I think they're doing. So I've done a lot of cold call sales, and like they're doing pretty good, really, in my opinion, at least. Like as far as that goes, and like their cost of acquisition for that isn't like, I think their dynamic is good there. But I think the problem is this: is they need a larger scale, and they can only develop so much scale through a cold called system. You know what I mean? It's like cold call is good in the manner that they do, but I think on as far as that avenue goes, like even if they expanded it to will like expand it and like they'd continue to develop and it'll be good. But I think the big thing is man, I might shift my entire thing altogether though. If you think about it, because before I was thinking that they need to focus entirely on landlords, and I still think they do actually, because that would decrease churn a lot. But it depends on how big the investment has to be. But like I think the most effective way for them to increase sales is by focusing on landlords, because if they do landlords, which is a free sell, it doesn't cost them anything, it'll naturally attract agents and brokers, you know what I mean? So it's doing the marketing for them, and they kind of cut out the cold call. But as far as a cold call system, I think they're doing great at it. It's just not the most ideal system, you know, like cold call, it's a tough world, but they're doing pretty good for, I mean, 2% sounds like small, but like that's pretty good, really.
Yeah, I think that's a really good way for them to lower their CIC, is just really going forward with that, the new program.
Yeah. I think so too, or overall. But I think they're right as well. Like they'd still have to focus on of the thing, because the landlords will be difficult to monetize.
Question 6.
Yep.
How should Vivero respond to the new competition? List all options you can think of. They should just take the more money now and then go crazy with their new idea. I can't remember what it's called.
Real time? Is that what it was?
Real time.
Yeah, so I think they should, because the competition is like, I don't think they've released it yet. So I think they just need to get a head start in there as much as possible, at least.
Yeah. Or they could hold them hostage.
How so?
Kidnap them.
Like actually hold
You're
them
being
hostage.
serious.
Well, unless it's not a kid, then they'd have to abduct them.
You're not allowed to babysit my kids.
Wasn't planning on it.
What? Why not?
Yeah, too
Do you
far.
have kids, Mariah?
No, I'm just kidding.
Okay.
No, I don't have kids yet. Thanks for asking. They would be nice to have. That's my husband.
Good. I hoped it wasn't for me.
But then, so I think another thing they could do is theoretically, like it's going to be hard to monetize. So this other company, like they're focusing on landlords exclusively from the beginning, but landlords are going to be hard to monetize unless you can do something for them. You know what I mean? And so like right now, it's a service for brokers and agents more than anything. And so landlords, like they don't need as much of a service because they don't do that. And so I think what this other competition is doing isn't really going to help too much. Like I think the benefit for everyone is going to be all of them being able to work together. You know what I mean? And so what I'm saying is the company that's starting right now, like they're missing a key component, which is the brokers and agents. They're only focusing on the landlords, and really like the landlords is like he was saying is like an expansion onto the original platform, as opposed to a platform on its own, because it can't be monetized on its own. You see what I mean? Like the agents and the brokers are always going to be the ones that are producing the income, the monetization. And so I don't think it's too big of a worry about them. Like in my mind, like the only reason that they should expand is because one, they have the capital to do so, and two, because that will be a big incentive for the landlords and agents, because it'll give them access to landlords, which can then turn to customers, you know what I mean? So it increases their sales channels as well. So they're helping the agents and landlords make money in addition to expanding their own agent and broker client base. So it helps everyone.
I'm sorry,
Does that make sense?
you're breaking out for like half of that. Can you tell me in like one sentence what you just said so you don't have to repeat all of it?
The business model designed solely for landlords is unsustainable, and so I wouldn't worry about them.
You wouldn't worry about the competition?
No.
So you would just release it like later on, like how they were thinking?
Yeah, so I would take the money just because it's there,
Okay.
but I wouldn't do it out of fear that this other company is going to put me out of business. You know what I mean? Because they don't have any monetized system. The money is going to come from the agents and the landlords, which they've already capitalized on. You know, those other guys are only looking at the landlords, which is why would a landlord pay when they could use a free website somewhere else? You know what I mean? Like the landlord isn't like he's not planning on getting. Well, I guess he does in his model. He has like the landlords can charge a rent through his website and stuff like that. But in the end, like I think the real money is going to come from agents and brokers. The landlords are just going to provide more opportunity to acquire agents and landlords.
Well, you convinced me. What about you, Dan?
Yeah, so I thought it was smart that, that real-time service was kind of going to be a free add-on for them. So it really, takes advantage of that.
Do we want to do the summary now? Or do you guys want to say anything else before?
Yeah, let's see the summary. So we think that Rentjuice should continue to focus on building their client base through acquiring brokers and agents, because that's going to be the easiest to monetize, and it's already proven to be a working system and model. However, we also feel that they should take the money in order to release Rentjuice live or Rentjuice real time, because by increasing their customer base and their just overall market exposure, it's going to give more incentive for agents and brokers to partner with them, and which will decrease their overall cost of acquisition. And also, of course, some landlords will be monetized, but in the end, it really is just almost like free marketing, and so it'd be wise for them. However, we don't feel that the new company in Boston really is a threat, because since their platform focuses on landlords solely, they really don't have any monetized value, and so therefore their longevity is going to be minimal.
And we put the CLV at 10,421.
Yep.
Anything else for the summary?
Well said. Well done.